Welcome back to the Fins Up Network, Miami Dolphins fans. We just wrapped up day 9 of on-field workouts for the Miami Dolphins. In today's video, we've got some video highlights of Tua Tagovailoa for a 65-yard touchdown. We've got Skylar Thompson throwing his first interception in training camp. But let's just kick things off right away with that highlight of the day. It's a 65-yard catch and run between Tua and Waddle, about a 25-yard pass, air yards. Boom, Waddle catches it, takes it the rest of the way. I will just show you so you can see it in case you haven't already. But a precision pass just outside of the reach of the defender, and then it's off to the races for Waddle. And you got to pay attention to the end of the video because the little Antonio Brown dance that has been going around. I'd rather Waddle just stick to the old Jaylen Waddle celebration. But hey, maybe let him and Tyreek have their fun with this. It'll burn up. By the time week 1 hits, we can just get back to the old Jaylen Waddle. But let's talk about Waddle because he was today's offensive, basically player of the day. Had the long touchdown from Tua, had another 10-yard touchdown from Tua to end practice, numerous chunk yardage plays throughout practice. But I want to take a second to talk about Waddle as well because I had previewed a video that hasn't come out yet. But when I talk about Waddle and Tyreek being on the field at the same time and the stress that puts on a defense, I'm going to be having that video come out here shortly, but it's nice because you see what Waddle said yesterday after camp. He said what he wanted to work on was his yards after catch, his running after catch, which is kind of comical, thinking like, what was he good at Bama? The dude was a rack monster at Bama. And then what do we see in practice today? An example of it. So I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg last year with what Jaylen Waddle can do for this team when he's on the field. So like I said, keep an eye out for that video. I will have that coming out soon. But let's talk about some quarterback play as well. Tua, some nice plays, along with a couple of misses. Had overthrows to Waddle and Wilson. Had an underthrow to Tyreek in the first 11-on-11 session of the day. Went just 1 of 4 completion to Chase Edmonds. But on a positive note, had 2 20-plus air yard completions to Waddle. You saw one of them, but both of those throws were right on the money. Catch it in traffic, boom, let your guy get going. Teddy Bridgewater, second straight solid day for Teddy. Chunk yardage completions to Tyreek, Waddle, River Craycraft, and Raheem Mostert. And wrapping up quarterbacks, Skylar Thompson, like I said, threw his first interception of the day, but had a good day. I'm going to show you that interception right away. It's a nice play here by McKinley. Looked like maybe a little bit of confusion as to if the ball was going to be coming there to, I believe that was Wilson. We'll show it again here real quick. But a nice going down to the ground, grab the ball from McKinley and the wherewithal to get up and get some yards afterwards. Let's talk about Tyreek, though, because his highlight of the day came on an end around. Some of the reporters had it as a 60-yard touch as he even chucked up the deuces. Props to my wife for this shirt, by the way. I was going to show it at the end of the video, but it bared its head right now, so I might as well just knock it out right there. Got my Tyreek game day shirt for the upcoming season. Others that were in attendance thought that he might have been able to get ushered out of bounds at one point. Regardless, nice end around, not just Tyreek. We know it. He can do it in the run game as well. He doesn't just necessarily need to have the ball thrown to him. He can get it from the backfield as well. Caught another red zone touchdown from Tua later in practice. But everybody's favorite, Eric Ezukanma. So Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald had Ezukanma as today's runner-up offensive player of the day behind Waddle. Had a 45-yard contested catch touchdown from Skylar Thompson. Another solid day, though, for the 4th-round rookie after being kind of quiet yesterday. And let's talk about that for a second as well, because we've kind of noticed, right when training camp hit, offense was having these fireworks plays. It seemed like every other play, we were seeing a firework play. And things have kind of calmed down now. But that was to be a bit expected. When the pads come on, the game changes. The offensive line isn't able to hold up quite as much. The defense just gets a bit of an advantage, but they're always going to be a little bit ahead. So these first couple of practice years with the pads on, nothing to really be scared about, that the offense isn't putting up these firework plays every other play like they were earlier. So wanted to hit on that as well. So McKinley had the interception. Noah Igbinoghene also had an interception. I believe that one was thrown by Tua on an incompletion or intended for Jaylen Waddle on that one. Let's chat about the running backs, though. Chase Edmonds, with probably one of his first negative plays of all of training camp, fumbled on one of the first plays of the day. Igbinoghene was credited with a nice run where he was able to get around the edge for some chunk yardage. Moving on to the offensive line, nothing much really came out report-wise in regards to the offensive line today, except the one thing we didn't want to come out, and that was that Connor Williams continued to have high snaps today. And once again, after practice, what was happening? Connor Williams, Tua staying after and working on that. And at some point, the amount of work that they're putting in has to come to fruition. We're going to need to see that improved. I harped on it enough in yesterday's video. Don't need to go into any more details, but at some point, we need the offensive headline to not include Connor Williams and high snaps. Orange jersey alert, Christian Wilkins, which is funny because it was one day after Teron Armstead made a point to say, hey, Christian Wilkins is on the verge of a huge statistical season and becoming a household name. And once again, back at it, multiple times, just being a menace in the backfield. All signs pointing up right now for Christian Wilkins. But a couple of miscellaneous notes to end practice. Jalen Phillips, who we're hoping is going to be a sack monster this year, yet another sack today on Tua. Dokes had a nice carry today. Trill Williams put up solid plays in a row. And I had talked about this a few videos back, where we need another cornerback to emerge. And whether that's Noah, whether that's Trill, it doesn't matter, but it's slowly, and not even slowly, it's kind of quickly looking like Trill Williams is what we all wanted Noah Igbinoghene to be. We said, this is that make or break year. He's going to have to do it. And while he's been on the right side of some positive plays, he's also been on the negative side of some positive plays for the offense. Whereas Trill Williams, usually when he's been getting his name called, it's been for solid plays that he has had. So all the more important because, once again, Byron Jones obviously still on the PUP list, despite most likely being ready for week one. But let's go back to those final notes here. Braylon Sanders credited with a drop on a would-be touchdown. Otherwise had a fine day. Tanner Connor, the tight end, the wide receiver converted from Idaho State. More chunk yardage plays today, really helping his case for, at the very least, a spot on the team's practice squad. And then Zach Sealer was credited with a sack on Teddy Bridgewater. Well, that's what we've got for today's recap, Miami Dolphins fans. I will be back for Sunday's recap and highlights. But in the meantime, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments below. But that's what I've got. One more look at the shirt the wife made for me. On the back, it says 10 with Hill, the game day shirt of the year for the 2022 NFL season. So with that, Miami Dolphins fans, fins up.